Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are here for the second half of Desolation of Smaug. And so we were just discussing where we're going to start. It'll be on the extended version. It's scene 24, and on the standard, it's like 21.
Yep.
So it's Tariel is standing over carcasses
of deer that the orcs have killed.
Yeah. So we think this is about halfway. So. But that's where we stopped last night. So if you missed last night, be sure to check that out. And then previous weekend we did the first movie, and then next weekend we'll be watching the finale with the last movie. So my name is Patricia Meredith. Welcome to my channel. Probably should have said that. I'm an author of historical mystery. This is my husband Andrew D Meredith, who writes epic fantasy, and we love Lord of the Rings. So, and we are joined by real dwarves have big beards. I.e. Killy. What's his name? Which one is he? Philly or Killy?
All I know is he's incorrect.
Yes, he doesn't count as a dwarf. And Bilbo and Smaug down below. So, and sounds like so. Alethea, we are at what time stamp for us? Well, are you on extended or? Yeah. What time stamp are you guys on?
We have 1 hour 19 minutes.
And 14 seconds.
I have
remaining or at
1 hour and 21 minutes.
Okay.
Remaining
or too far ahead, Andrew.
Remaining. That's because Nico forgot to pause.
So Alethea, scene 21.
Yes. Yeah. If you're on
standard. Mine only shows how much is
okay.
We're in. It doesn't show how much is left.
Okay.
So it would be 1 hour and 22 minutes roughly, I guess, left. But it's start of scene 21. It is our fight. Hour 19:14.
Okay.
I've got Legolas and the dwarf's girlfriend on the screen right now.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, because you're a few seconds into the scene, not at the beginning of the scene.
Okay.
Shall we start?
Come after me. You're the one messed up, Andrew. God.
Thank you for joining us, Alethea.
As Trisha did not like me starting at 10, and there's 13 dwarves. We're going to start at 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next time,
1, 2, 3, 5.
You know all their names.
I need to lower my volume. I immediately know I need to lower my volume.
I just started the audiobook today, so I'm fresh on dwarf names.
With Andy Serkis. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Of the Hobbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was listening to it in the shower, and it was quite loud because he talks a little quietly, but then I got to the part where he's singing the dwarf song. It was very loud, and she came home from the store and could just hear Andy Serkis belting out the dwarf song coming. It was really confusing.
My hands were full of groceries, and all I hear is something like, "What is happening?
Who is in my house?"
Yeah.
He goes for it, so I'm excited.
He does.
Also, what's interesting is in Lord of the Rings, when they get to Rivendell, they sing another song, the hobbits do, and they said, "This is a song I've written to the theme of the song that Bilbo used to sing, and it's far over." So Serkis sings this poem song as far over, and it's a new verses that Frodo's added, basically.
Oh, nice.
Legolas looking like a CGI old man.
I know. His eyes are so off.
The whole de-aging thing still needs some work.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember in The Irishman where they were trying to make Robert De Niro look like he was in his 20s. And it was so funny because it didn't look great, but also he's a very old man, so he moved like a very old man. They were trying to make him look like he's much younger.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch what was the movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt where he plays a young version of
Looper?
Looper, yeah.
Yes.
And they put Bruce Willis's eyes on him.
I've seen that, but it's been so long.
Yeah.
It It was It was one of the first times they had done that kind of CGI stuff, and it was no, because they did it in Men in Black 3 too, right? Where they, no, but they aged him.
They DHK a little bit.
Yeah. And then what's the one with Iron Man, where it starts with Robert Downey Jr. young?
Oh yeah, they've got it. They
tried to deep fake him, but
the deep fake because Disney hadn't hired the deep fake artist yet.
Right.
You're fine.
This happened a second ago, so I'm not behind or anything, but just Bard just dramatically whispering the rest of the titles of Thor. I don't know, something about that moment.
Where I'm at is they're currently stealing weapons.
Yes.
That's like I said, this happened. It took me a few seconds for my brain to, I feel like, decide I wanted to comment on it. So that's what I was saying. I'm like, I'm not behind or anything. I know that was not immediately where we're at, but it's just as funny. Like, okay. Now the thing here is we already saw them. They're super coordinated with all the dishes and the plates and tossing them around, but pile of weapons, nope. That he's gonna fall over and make a ruckus.
Yeah.
Because those are heavy, presumably.
That's very true.
I mean, they could have done he could have tossed them one by one down and could have sang about it really quietly under their breath.
Right. If they had sung with them, it would have. It's because he has the beard. If a real dwarf had done it, it wouldn't have fallen.
It's true.
More beard means more coordination.
Alethea, I know. So the rule in our house is we're not allowed to talk while we're watching movies. but I've slowly grown. His house has the exact opposite rule. They're constantly commenting on movies.
Small comments.
Small comments. But they're constantly talking to me. It was something I'd trimmed out of him. But now he's trained me back into it. So,
She always gets mad when I make comments about movies, but they're usually critiques. So, a little fair.
Layla, what are you snacking on?
A Ghirardelli sea salt caramel chocolate bar.
Yum.
The best.
I grabbed these new chips that I want to try. They're pineapple jalapeno Doritos, but I feel like that would be a very loud snack. So
didn't stop.
How many bags of crab chips have you made it through?
I think I have one left.
She did share at a cookout with her family, so
because I had so many
through that quickly. But
I was like, y'all need to help me out, so I shared.
I sent 4 bags.
I know you sent 4 bags, and I got some like vending machine sized bags, so I still had a few little bags of those. So I was like, man, I'm working through them.
Have y'all ever had Monster Munch? It's a UK kind of chip, and it's so good.
What does it taste like?
It's going to sound weird, but pickled onion?
Absolutely not. I love pickles. I love onions, but pickled onion.
It's amazing.
No, thank you.
So he says, I have enough money to build Esgaroth. I'm drawing a blank. Where's Esgaroth?
Esgaroth is the town the human town that's outside the gates of Erebor.
Okay. That makes
basically sense. Dale are the descendants of the 5 people who survived the destruction.
Andrew, tell May I said hello.
Layla says hi, honey. She says hi, Layla.
I say I don't know if she can hear us, but we heard her. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what Bard means, but like, yeah, literally, like Thorin is the heir of the king of Erebor. He like it's his mountain, guys. I mean, like, yeah, he has the right to go in there.
Imagine owning a mountain.
I guess because they're the ones that paid the price, though.
Everybody did.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I'm sure plenty of dwarves died too.
Dwarves died too, so it's not like it was just the humans.
Yeah, but Bard's ancestor tried. Thorin just ran. So
That's true.
I do find a town on a lake to just be pretty impractical, though.
You've heard of an island?
It's not a lake.
It's an ocean. You think
It's a landmass.
Do you think that a lake is more impractical than an ocean? Just living in the middle of the ocean.
The island is a landmass. They're not on a landmass. They built their town over a lake.
Did they build it up though, like the swamps of Florida, where they keep adding land and?
I mean, they probably have to. I mean, have to keep building buildings.
Stilts.
I think it's on pylons.
Yeah.
I got popcorn. Popcorn's a good snack. I'm just now seeing this, so
Need
my
more
bad.
pylons.
Yeah, I like popcorn. Just plain old popcorn.
I usually mix my popcorn with like flaming hot Cheetos because I have a problem. And I found, or I eat the Cheeto popcorn, but I found on TikTok, I haven't actually been influenced to buy anything off of TikTok until this happened. I was really surprised I made it this far. They have like dust, flaming hot Cheeto dust.
Oh.
That you can just like put on top of it. So I bought it and I just got it the other day. I haven't gotten to try it yet, but I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
He will. Exactly. The first time you mentioned it, he's there.
And this happens with Beaufort missing out because Gandalf wasn't there to count for them, like last time.
Right.
Yeah, is that the? It hasn't been mentioned till then.
That he's actually there.
Feely's there. Keely's
He's so cute.
That's right. Gandalf's off doing the side quest.
Yes. The double side quest.
I know that's not me being loud.
If we do it and then just watch it again next week.
Somebody's music really loud.
Yeah. Your music's really loud.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
It
good
was
job.
me. It was me yesterday.
You
set
ruined
the
it
volume.
for everyone.
It's always been fine when I've set the volume.
It's okay.
I
Then we
didn't
know
put
that
the
we're on
volume.
the same point. So we're like, oh yeah, that's.
Nico, don't you be gaslighting Layla.
Did you see my post on Facebook about him gaslighting me? Did you see that?
Oh,
I don't get on Facebook, so no, I didn't. But I'll go look right now.
Dude gaslit and lied to me for 9 years. He made up a word.
I never technically told you.
He made up a word, and I was like, that is not a real word. He's like, yes, it is. Look it up. And I looked it up, and it existed. And I was like, you 100% put this word on the internet. And he's like, and he always held to the fact that he didn't. Well, the other night he used the word again. He used the word again, and then I pulled it up, and I looked at the dates, and I'm like, you did it. And he'd been lying to me all the time. He did put it on the internet to prove me wrong that it was a real word.
What word?
It did.
Flooful.
Flooful. Okay.
It means a piece of hair because I had like it was like late and like I had like a colic. It was just like sticking up, and he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
the big flooful right there." And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's a flooful.
"What is a flooful? That's not even a real word." And so
Yeah.
he went, and there's a website that you can put words on, And he did and told me to check the website, and it was on there. My mind was blown. And it was the top option too.
I was gonna say there were other
forever.
definitions, but the one that I had just added somehow took precedence as the most likely explanation. I couldn't even explain that. That's what I held to. I'm like, look, it's on there. It's
you
like
got a new Kindle. How do you like the Oasis?
It's really nice so far.
Yeah.
I forgot it.
I completely forgot to tell you about that.
I found the gaslighting post.
Ridiculous.
So Nico's a liar, in case anyone's curious. So.
He loves you so much, he had to prove you wrong.
It was just such a dumb, funny thing, and she got so worked up about it every time that I didn't have the heart to tell her.
Right.
Yes, Alethea, I am saying not everything you read on the internet is true. I believe that's a direct quote from Abe Lincoln.
I've heard that.
So that's the city
It
he'll
has to be
rebuild.
proved. Okay. That's
As girl.
We still have a heck of a long way to go if they have to go down that mountain all the way across. And then back up.
Yeah. See, we need T here to tell me what Quenya
Nico, how did you hide that in the garage?
It came in a bag.
Was it like compressed in a bag? I knew when your gift arrived because I got a voice message about it, Layla. Because you were working
on a love sack for Patricia and Andrew.
You were working, and he waited until you got a phone call, and then he ran outside and threw it in the garage.
And then when I found out that night that he'd been lying to me all that time, and I was like, "You are such a liar. How can I ever trust you again?" And then he's like, "Well, I mean, I'll take your anniversary present back if you can't trust me again." I'm like, "It's in the house."
No, I'm like, if I accidentally say something about it being here, she's gonna freak out about not knowing what it is and wanting to know, and then bring it up. So I'm like, I'll just give it to you.
It was hidden in the box marked Flooful.
Right.
Oh, stop it! I'm never gonna get over that, ever, ever, ever.
Didn't you know that means like a big wonky piece of hair on your face?
Yeah, like Radagast, right? He's got floofles.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, Radagast is
that when you get like an actual hair growing out of your cheek.
I will never be able to use that word ever, ever, ever.
It's a good word.
Also, Layla, what's this book you want me to read?
Oh God.
Haunting Adeline.
Haunting Avalon.
Adeline.
Adeline. Let me look it up.
You'll love it so much. It's Nico's favorite read of the year, by far.
He's planning to listen to
the audio. It's literally the top search. All I typed in was haunting.
It's very popular amongst the TikToks.
It heard you say it.
Yeah.
Haunting of Flooful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's gonna be our
You're gonna find a way to write that into one of your books, aren't you? Just the word.
Absolutely.
Easy.
607 pages.
That's why we write fantasy, right?
I'm gonna wait for Katyam to have like a floofle on her head in the next book.
Yeah, Nico's gonna see one of you use the word floofle in a book, and he's gonna be like, "It's a real word. It's in a book."
It's in a book.
I have a little creature learning words. I can have it say flooful as many times as I want.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, I agree, Alethea. How did he see that? None of them saw that. Kind of obvious.
Maybe they just had tunnel vision. They were so focused on like get to the like where to go. Like
yeah.
Sometimes I feel like when you just like have your mind and eyes like set on one thing, it's so easy to.
Your sunglasses are on the top of your head.
Yeah.
I feel like though they should be at least familiar with the setup of Erebor, even if, like, I know the younger ones wouldn't have ever actually been here or anything, but it's their ancestral home.
Gandalf, or is that extra? Do you guys have scenes with Gandalf? He's like fighting.
They were at the zigzags.
No. We were talking about the.
I don't think we're there yet.
We haven't gotten there yet. I
We're
think we
they're
have
still
that.
trying to
They're
get
looking
in.
for the keyhole right now.
No, see, I think this is actually.
That's this movie, isn't it?
Yeah. They might have added some additional ones for you.
I was gonna say, he's like fighting some person.
I have no idea.
No, he finds that's Thorin's father.
Oh.
Yeah, where they're about to they're getting ready to just leave because they couldn't find the keyhole.
Okay.
With the last light of Durin's Day.
Okay, that's what you're at.
Almost.
I repeat though that this is not a efficient way to create doors into your kingdom.
Do you
Like-
want the door to be available to just everyone?
But who set this up? Because this was like a functioning kingdom at one point. And yes, I know they need to get in there now because, of Smaug, and so they need to go a secret way. But who set up this secret door with a special map and like a riddle and prophecy and everything to get who set all this up and when?
Who had time to lock the door before they were fleeing for their life from a dragon?
It's just
That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Just enjoy things. You have a flu flip right there, actually.
They are all standing there blocking the light.
It was not cleverly hid. It was just in shadow.
Yeah.
I do feel there should have been some sort of magic where it illuminated it and it sinks into the stone versus an actual keyhole.
Yeah.
Because they could have found that if they would have just looked a little harder.
Right.
If
Like
you
the minds of
the
Frodo.
hole.
Apparently, Bilbo is the only one that can see anything.
And again, Bilbo's the only one. Yeah. Not even fair.
Why are they
Yeah,
all
I
standing
got
in
locked
a
out again
line
on the
like
back
this?
porch. Sorry, son, gotta wait for Durin's Day. I love that.
There are some great comments here because we have Catherine Graham who said, "Dad, I got locked out again on the back porch. Sorry, son, gotta wait till next Durin's Day."
Yeah, that's right.
Imagine how grounded you would be after that, though.
That's great. And then Alethea said, apparently Bilbo is the only one that can see anything, and that does seem to be the case at this point.
Also, what would have happened if a bush had grown up
Yeah.
in the way of the light?
I can't say anything about that.
Well,
that's a thing that happens in a book that I've read, and I can't say anything about it because you guys haven't read it yet, and I don't want to spoil anything. I can't say.
You just said you can't say. Are you listening?
Can't say.
Can't even tell me the name of the
That
book.
detail on its own tells you nothing, but it's a later book in a series, and I don't want you to know to expect.
Is it War of Light and Shadow?
It could be. It could not be. I'm not telling you.
Okay, so Andrew, where are you at? Because we had to skip forward a little bit. So
I'm looking at Balin's beautiful face.
did they put the key in yet?
Yes.
Yeah, they're already inside. They're looking at the sunbird stone thing above the door.
Where the Arkenstone goes?
Yeah, they're looking at the Arkenstone thingy.
There we go.
Okay, we're good.
Now we're there. Okay. We were just a little bit.
The throne of the king.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's a little
It's back
excessive.
tower.
Yeah. Art Deco dwarves. We need that. A Deco Punk dwarf story.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Why are there only like 3 dwarves in this group of dwarves?
Everybody else is wandering around looking at stuff, I guess.
No, everybody else is a fake dwarf.
Oh, you're talking about height?
No, I'm talking about beards.
Oh.
Hashtag real dwarves have big beards.
Yeah, we're all in the same spot. I feel like this too is like just for the reference to Lord of the Rings, the Kingsfoil thing.
Yes. Well,
Since
all
he
this
wasn't
is made up.
Plus, he wasn't hit with a fell blade. It was just an orc weapon.
Right, yeah.
Who? Keely?
Keely.
They did say something about it being.
They said it was a
poisoned or something.
Mongol arrow, or like a.
Poisoned.
It was a special sort of arrow that was poisoned.
You mean Morgul?
Oh, okay.
Morgul. There we go.
It's not from Mongolia.
Those are very different.
Listen, Nico, I'm half awake, okay?
Thank you for staying up with us.
Did Genghis Khan go all the way to Middle Earth?
Yes.
You know what? Probably.
I mean, he was pretty busy. I could see it.
Maybe it was his grandson Kublai.
Genghis Bolg.
Yes. Catherine, you were killing it with the we should have had Catherine on here because she's killing it with the commentary.
Next time. We're going to need a big group for the animated one.
Yep.
We got to get T up here, too.
We got to get Murphy back.
Correct everything. Yeah.
As I say, whenever I see T in the comments, I know I can ask the miscellaneous questions because he's
Right.
a huge Lord of the Rings fan.
And now we get his best sneaking.
It would be fun to have him for the animated ones, though, because he'd probably be just like dying inside the entire time.
Why? What's wrong with the animated ones?
I imagine they're bad. I haven't ever seen them, though.
They're not bad.
Question, is Martin Freeman in them? If the answer is no, then they're bad.
Martin Freeman was an infant.
I was going to say, he was probably born, but not very old.
All right. Do you guys have Gandalf fighting the Necromancer, or is that not in yours?
We
He's
have Gandalf
talking.
getting smacked with a mace by the White Orc.
Okay.
Yeah, Azog just came for him. And he's the pale orc, Andrew. Gosh.
These movies don't matter to me, just so you know.
You don't matter to me.
I mean, I'm only correcting you on the most trivial things just for fun to mess with you. So.
The animated ones are closer to the books? Really?
They have the songs.
Oh.
Frodo of the Nine Fingers at the Ring of
These are
Doom.
probably some of my favorite movies of all time.
Lovely. But still no Tom Bombadil.
But still, not, I feel like the animated movie is like the place for Tom Bombadil.
I know,
honestly.
yeah. Of all places, you'd think.
No, there's no place for Tom Bombadil.
Hey, he was a merry fellow.
In the forest. That's where he was.
Bright blue his jacket
Yellow.
was. His boots were
I,
yellow.
I knew it was blue something. I couldn't remember the
The
rest
fun
of
fact
it.
about Tom Bombadil is he is a carryover. He's basically the Spock of Lord of the Rings.
Wait, what's wrong with Spock?
Yeah, Tom Bombadil is Spock because from the pilot of the original Star Trek, Spock is the only character who carried over.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
However, if anybody should have played Tom Bombadil, it was Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
And he could sing it. Bilbo Baggins.
But yeah, no, there was the first draft, which somebody told me about the first draft of the first part, and that's where Tom came from, and then Tolkien scrapped the rest of it and kept Tom.
Right.
I feel like it was Fellowship was the book that had the most stuff cut out, though, because there is like a huge amount of stuff that happens. The forests and Tom Bombadil and the barrows and.
Are you guys at Bilbo digging through gold?
No,
we got
Gandalf just got smacked by Flame Man.
Okay, so
Sauron stuff.
I think in the extended, they moved those scenes earlier. So when we were trying to catch up to you guys, we went through those, and then they must have added like they're in a different order. Anyway.
Oh, that's weird that it's a different order.
Yeah.
That's what when you said that, I'm like, we haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew it was coming.
Two split scenes where Gandalf. So let us know when Gandalf fights the necromancer.
I don't know if I could play Tom Bombadil, Catherine, because I actually agree that he shouldn't have been in the books at all. Someday I'll do an essay on YouTube and I will lose followers.
Wait,
I was
which
say,
Andrew
Owen
M?
E. did an essay about why Tom Bombadil is essential.
Oh, that's true. You're Andrew M. too, aren't you? If that doesn't help, Catherine. Wizard and Meredith.
We are now at Bilbo starting to try to sneak in to find the Ark.
Okay.
In broad daylight.
There we
go. So we're nearly at Bilbo and Smaug.
So this is why Martin Freeman is so amazing. Is because of all this physical comedy.
Yes.
When he does this sort of thing.
What a dynamic duo. Bilbo and Smaug would be unstoppable.
I do. This always makes me want to watch Hitchhiker's Guide, though.
Oh,
exactly.
I love him so much.
Absolutely
in that movie.
Not. That movie's
What's wrong
terrible.
with Hitchhiker's Guide? Why are you
It's
so
terrible.
wrong?
Why are you so wrong?
It's
Get
just-
out of
it's
here.
just not
My birthday. We're gonna do Pangalactic Argo Blasters for my birthday.
Yes.
We'll do it live so everybody can make their own.
Ugh.
Nice.
I've been wanting to make them for years, and I know how I'm gonna do it. So
But don't say it now.
No.
It's Andrew M. and Andrew Wizard in my head.
And Andrew Wizard, yeah. See, I always call Andrew Maddox
Just Wizard.
Wizard because
I know too many Andrews.
yeah,
That's what Tori calls me is Wizard.
is Wizard. That's probably how you were like introduced to me because I met you through Tori. Just like everybody we know is named Matt. Another one.
Also, to be clear, how can Smaug at the end of the first movie hear a woodpecker through the stone mountain, but he can't hear Bilbo?
But he can't hear Bilbo. Exactly. Sneaking around.
I think Smaug.
Because
This time he's asleep.
This is what
they
I
wanted to tease him as much as possible, and Peter Jackson wanted
It bounces. I just want to know how many days of filming was it just him just fiddling with crap?
Right. The fact that he can find art and stuff.
All right, I will return. I have to go put a child to bed.
Alrighty.
Someone did an estimate on how much gold there is in this room by volume, and it's still less than what Bezos has.
What about Scrooge McDuck, though?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
this looks like it's like perfect.
honey.
Yeah. Oh.
I love the look of realization on his face when he's like, "Oh, over there is still part of the dragon. Oh, cool."
Yeah.
Just the sheer size of that thing.
I will remind everyone, if you've not seen them, look up the videos of Benedict Cumberbatch in the motion capture suit playing Smaug because they're delightful.
They are delightful. It's
He
the
is
coolest
jumping
thing.
around on a table on all fours.
Oh,
It's
He's
great.
so into it.
is it on the extras? Like the appendices?
I
love that.
I don't know.
He's down on his knee.
Oh yeah, he's just like I'm just gonna
I'm just-
squat.
I've been here all along. Just don't mind me.
I'm one with the gold. Why doesn't he put on the ring though? Like, why doesn't it immediately call to him because he's scared?
He's in
right?
terror. He doesn't even think of it.
I thought that was the point of the ring.
It's like his crutch.
We really did do a good job on Smaug. Don't drop it. Yeah, the double eyelid. Why is he is so well done? The other two characters.
Those kind of
Have you ever seen Dragonheart?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite dragons.
That and Rain of Fire.
And Rain of Fire, yes.
I'm
pretty sure I've seen Dragonheart. I think it's been so long though.
Number 1.
That's the Sean Connery one.
Sean Connery
Yeah.
as Draco.
Yes.
And
Sean Connery.
Meg Ryan's ex is the knight.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid
Dennis Quaid,
is the knight.
yeah. And then Rain of Fire with
Rain
Matthew
of Fire
McConaughey
and Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yep.
That's a really good
It was so good. Have you seen Rain of Fire?
like post-apocalyptic dragons.
I actually don't know that I have.
It's so good.
Yeah, Captain Dragonheart. I love it. Yeah, I never saw the sequel. I never heard good things.
How does he not see him right there?
I know, yeah, in the shadows.
Put it back on.
No, he took it off.
Okay.
He took it off because he was like, "You might as well take it off." It's just like in Moana with the shiny Sebastian crab thing.
Johnny!
What? That.
Just the casual your breath smells.
I mean, Smaug's had a long nap.
Oh, I love Martin Freeman. Dwarves?
Andrew's cricket's back.
Is that what it is?
I'm glad they know where it's coming from. It's just a rumble.
Where else would it be coming?
No, underneath of them, they're on water.
Obviously, we have a dragon in Erebor. So hide your kids, hide your wife. I guess their mother must have been like super British because Bard does not have that strong of an accent at all.
Yeah.
He's gliding.
Imagine the property taxes on a building that big.
Something tells me they can afford it.
Who comes collecting?
I was gonna say,
Or is that with the whole what's happening with Thranduil?
Smaug is the IRS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. They pay. You owe.
There's your cozy book idea.
Yes.
The main character is a tax collector who has to go to like Dwarven Kingdom and say, "Hey, you owe the kingdom tax," and he has to con them into actually paying it.
Definitely a scene where he goes to like a dragon and is like, "You do owe 10% of your hoard."
Yes.
Right.
If Smaug showed up at my door, I'd probably pay my taxes too.
Yeah.
So you can deal with me, or you can deal with who they send with next time, because
It could open with the tax collector not knowing, oh, they're hiring, and then like the assignment's like, oh yeah, we need you to go collect from Smaug.
yeah, you wanted a promotion, right? It's this or downsizing.
From the ERS. Elf Revenue Service.
Yes. Are you paying in rubies or Arkenstones?
Right. Stephen Fry always looks like he's having fun.
Yes.
Like he's what?
Like he's
Having
having fun.
Oh, gotcha.
He's just enjoying himself.
But he's wearing too much
Being a
clothes
bad
for
guy.
Stephen Fry.
Now he mentions this. Like Balin should have been warning him of this. Like from the very beginning.
If you world build all at the beginning, it's just an info dump. Right. There's no mouse to worry about. And our dog's looking around like, where's the mouse? Let's get it. Here.
Oh, hi, puppy.
Mm.
Hello.
The goodest puppy.
She is the ghost.
I can't remember what
Oh!
Are you at both?
Are we Apple?
We are at Smaug. We're back to Smaug and Bilbo.
After we saw Gandalf.
Gandalf in his cage. Briefly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smaug is a little conceited. Just a bit.
Proven
Pretty
himself,
awesome.
yeah. And he's not fat like the dragon.
I mean, Bilbo also built him up. Why don't you compliment me like he compliments a dragon?
That'd be a good meme. I want a man who loves me the way Smaug loves himself.
Facts, yeah.
Yes.
I just want to feel as confident in myself as Smaug does about himself.
That's right.
Too danger.
And we're at the dwarf looking for King's foil right as Bolg showed up on the rooftop.
Up on the rooftop. Click, click.
Maybe don't take the stuff out of the
That's
pig's mouth.
why
Ugh.
bacon tastes so good. Because they eat king's foil.
They eat king's foil. I want to hear more about Alicia's pig, though. Your pot-belly pig. So is it a small one or like that big? Like is it an outdoor pig or an indoor pig?
I'm guessing indoor pig.
Yeah.
I think that refined it because I heard the scream echo.
Yeah.
There you go. Throw a plate at him.
That's what Bilbo Baggins hates.
Grab a frying pan.
In this economy, do you know how expensive dishware is? Absolutely not.
There's no Walmart there yet. Though if we talk about it, will they install a Dollar General,
Dollar
before
General.
before the end of the movie?
Yes.
If you say Dollar General 3 times, does it summon one?
Makes it appear.
Dollar Tree's the place to get like plates and cups.
Dollar 25 tree.
Oh, around there, yeah.
Legolas does this, and Keeley still wants Tario. He's delirious. Probably thinks all the orcs are Tario.
I love this.
not a kitten. She's a chunk.
Chunk.
Oh, wait, he does the boat thing. Yeah.
This one's Nimue.
There's a whole unit.
Lily's sleeping over there by her lonesome.
I can fix him.
Jeez.
What manner of elf is our calico?
Is it woodland or Lothlorien?
Are any of them chonky and loud? Because whatever one that was. I feel like she identifies more as a dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very stout, loud.
Or a chunky dragon?
I feel like Lily would identify as a woodland elf because she's very full of herself and she's very nimble. She's very quick on her feet. And then Manson's obviously an orc.
I say Nimue might even be a hobbit. Likes to eat a lot, have multiple breakfasts, fat and jolly. I know our main hobbits are all thin, but hobbits are definitely described as being kind of fat and jolly in the books.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I feel like Nimue's not cool enough to be a hobbit.
Doesn't she just look like a Sackville Baggins?
Oh, I missed Alethea.
Or Fatty Bulger. Definitely related to Fatty Bulger.
Fatty Bulger. So Alethea says her pig is a kuni. What's that?
It's big.
Oh, no.
Like the one
she's
that
saying no. She's saying that's a kuni.
Yes.
This one.
Yes.
Mine is about that size, 300 pounds.
Okay. She's
an outside pig now, but wasn't inside the first 2 years. Okay. Aww, so like Wilbur.
When we were living on a farm, if we had decided to get pigs, we were going to get Idaho field pigs. They're a kuni mix, and they act like a sheep. And they grow really thick fur, and so they go out in the field. They don't root around; they just eat grass like a sheep. Yeah, and they'll defend sheep too.
Interesting.
Yeah, so a kuni is a little. The Idaho field sheep are just a little bit bigger. Field pig, yeah. Field. Idaho field pig. Put him down is becoming a wraith. Someone to chew on this and spit on it. Yeah, they're one of the woolly pigs. Woolly pig might be mixed in with them, but they're one of the woolly pigs.
In the books, the only reason the King's Foil works is because Aragorn, the king, he's the only one who knows how to use it.
Yes.
Yeah, and it doesn't appear until now. He has to be saved by It's just such a repeat.
I mean, there's a lot of things like that they just put in to reference the trilogy, and that's one of the things that just kind of annoys me a little bit. Like, it has its own story. We all know it's related to Lord of the Rings. You don't need to remind us.
So they didn't need to do that. Like, honestly,
I really do love this.
The whole
The dwarves
Smaug
fighting
and
Smaug.
the
Yeah.
dwarves.
Instead of Smaug just taking off and going on a rampage for funsies.
Yeah.
For funsies.
That's kind of how it goes in the book, right?
Yes.
He just kind of is like, okay,
he's pissed off and he leaves. And
Yeah,
he goes and
so
burns the city.
Yeah. Whereas this way, it's their fault. Yeah. Well,
And shows their
architecture. I was going to say, well, their architecture is just.
Yeah.
Really don't like handrails, though. I mean, OSHA would
No.
have a good thing.
Oh, I guess none of them are afraid of heights, even though they're all short.
It's hard to knock a dwarf over.
True, they probably have.
Inspector did that.
Yes. Sheila.
You could smell Bilbo earlier. Why can't he smell?
And he especially could smell the dwarves.
Yeah.
Maybe he can't smell their exact location, or maybe he can, and he's just like playing dumb.
Right.
Why a pillow of nuts?
Maybe that's what's available, Nico.
Like, there's nothing that's softer than nuts. Like, they piled, like, were they there already? Maybe, but
Maybe they just needed something to elevate his head, and that's
they
what
don't
was
own
there.
pillows.
Can you just enjoy
Clothing?
things? Can you do that?
Why
I'm
we're
gonna
here.
enjoy the next scene.
Liar.
This one, I
You'll
don't
find
know.
a reason to complain about it. I can feel it.
It's just an odd. I'm gonna get a bunch of those, and I'm gonna take away your pillow. I'm gonna make you use those.
I don't want to do it. There's no reason for that. But if I'm dying and you need to heal me on a table, you need to
I
elevate
will.
my
The
head.
next time you hurt yourself, I will make sure that I get something very impractical and not a pillow for your head.
Perfect.
I think that actually is why he's got his head on nuts, though, right? Was because he was throwing himself around, and so they just found the nearest area and threw him down.
But the orcs attacked, so that would have
That's what I
scattered
mean.
nuts
No,
everywhere.
during the
Would have
nuts.
scattered the nuts.
Not those nuts.
Why are you guys just not wanting to enjoy things? Why are you like this?
That's why we're here. It's more fun.
All right.
Isn't it supposed to be like 60 years since they were here? I simply feel like there wouldn't be that.
It's been. I think it's been longer than that.
Okay, so like I feel like there would be less.
This is not a mine.
Less
This is a
left.
grave.
That's got to be kind of demoralizing, though.
But yeah, I thought it was like over 100 years, so there should be less left.
Remember,
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
very
Like,
dry.
but none of these corpses have beards.
That's because
There
it's
might be
the
a
children
little
that survived.
woman.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
They locked him in. And,
Don't they all have like beards though, like from a young age?
like, sideburns.
No hair remains.
Well, there's got to be mice in there, right? So they would probably take the hair to build.
Ew.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably what they do.
Morbid but fair.
There's big spiders in there too.
They don't ever fight big spiders in there though.
No.
So
But
that's-
there were webs.
But
So
there
that means
were-
there
yeah.
are spiders.
And then
There,
Smaug
you
ate
are
them all.
always within 5 feet of a spider at
I don't
any
wanna hear
given
it.
moment.
I don't want to hear that. No, thank you.
We regularly be sitting watching TV and just see one coming down from the ceiling.
That's the worst because then all of a sudden your like focus changes, right? You're like watching Smaug, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, there's this thing right there.
Yeah, I hate it. But since our living room is in the basement,
Right.
it happens every now and then. And it's crazy because sometimes it's such a thin, narrow web that only like from the angle he's at, he can see it, or like the angle I'm at, I can, and the other person can't. It's like, I swear I'm not crazy. It's right there.
Right.
Well, if you see a hanging spider, clap your hands.
No, if I see one, I just scream and tell him to go get it.
That's right. Welcome back, Andrew. They're fighting Smaug. Where we're at.
Are they?
What's glowing?
Well, we just switched back to Borg.
I just saw Legolas.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, they're here.
What? Oh, okay. You're a few seconds ahead. It's outside.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I haven't been here to speed it up, so I don't know what I did.
I think you started a few seconds ahead and just.
No, yeah, you're good.
Listen,
But you're
I feel
you're
like-
very.
like-
It's like this much. It's not a big deal.
Well, and Alicia said she was in time with you, so that's
Yeah.
what we'll keep.
It's all
That's
good.
because she has impeccable timing. Is he walking around with Glamdring?
Oh yeah. Well, because Glandring was taken at his father's. All the dwarves lost all their weapons before when they were captured by the elves. The only weapons they have are the ones the humans have given them. So yeah, he's got Glandring now.
My guy, you've been stabbed straight through the intestines.
Oh, sorry, not Glandring. This is the other one.
I was saying this is the Goblin Cleaver, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whichever one.
Gandalf was Glandring.
The foe hammer?
Orcrest.
Yeah.
Miter.
So shouldn't it be glowing?
They did not do any of them glowing except for Sting in these movies.
Oh.
But it's supposed to.
Just another detail they got wrong.
That was in Lord of the Rings too, though. To be fair.
Yeah, they didn't have Gandalf's Glandring glow. It's supposed to.
Oh, that's right.
It does in the cartoon anyway. That's what matters.
No, that's right. Yeah, in the book, it's all.
Why does he care that he's bleeding? Is that supposed to be of significance?
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
They bleed,
He
right?
was just put in a compromising position. You get the impression that he's better than that. He doesn't get hurt.
Yeah. So now he's pissed.
Now he's pissed. Because they killed his dog.
That's right.
He's going John Wick.
Oh, how convenient that there was a rope right there for you to jump onto.
I feel like that's a hot take, and I would agree with that.
They planned this.
Catherine.
So
Do you
But I
guys
feel like
feel
they
the
did it a lot more modern. Like, I feel like Lord of the Rings was done, I feel like, more in the style of, like, the older time-year writing of it. I feel like The Hobbit was done in a more modern way, I guess. I would agree with that.
Yeah, I can see it. The Hobbit movies do feel like they are designed to be bigger and flashier
And more
appeal.
entertaining for the time. Yeah.
More like fun and entertaining versus like the beautiful story.
Where Lord of the Rings was written, I feel like, for people that, or the Lord of the Rings movies were done how it was written, and for the people that were just like infatuated with that style. I feel like stylistically the movies are very different. So I would agree with that.
Well, Lord of the Rings is written like a history. It was filmed.
Yes,
like
and this isn't.
to make it all realistic.
And this
is
film is
more of
this is Hollywood.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
This is a fantasy. It's got a dragon.
Yes.
It's a dragon movie. It's a dragon adventure.
With some great dwarf development.
Yes. And that's the thing, is I feel like if they had focused more on developing the dwarves and less on going on side tracks,
Which,
would have been,
admittedly, they did in the fact that this whole story is just about 13 dwarves, as opposed to Lord of the Rings follows like 5 different timelines. 5 different timelines.
this one has Gandalf and that timeline.
Right, and the elves.
And, yes.
But you have Frodo.
Yes.
Aragorn.
Yes.
Don't talk to me like that.
Marion.
I'm not sure that's how fire works.
I'm glad you're the expert, Andrew.
I mean, yeah, fire 100% does not work that way at all. They're just hiding behind the pillars, and the fire just goes through and doesn't touch them. I mean,
The heat was probably extremely uncomfortable.
like they don't have any hair or eyebrows left at a minimum.
Yeah, exactly. There goes their beard. Now they're all like
That's what happened to Keely.
Keely, yeah. There you go.
Just enjoy things.
That's what happened.
I mean, this is still freaking cool. I love the whole. It's another one of the ridiculous but fun action scenes that, like, it's if you think it through, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's so cool to watch.
Yeah. I agree. You cannot blast furnace gold back to melt point that fast.
That I just said that. Yeah, I feel like it would take you a good long while to get it back to its melting point.
I love how they haven't scoped where anything is, and they just assume it's all still there.
Yeah.
I feel like after so long, I mean, you would be a little rusty on which
They've been
direction
out
of
of there
which.
for like, what, 50 years?
I think it's longer than that. We were talking about this just a few minutes before you joined again.
I don't know for sure how long it's been, but I feel like it's been a good while.
Like 50, maybe 51.
Well, they refer to what's the archer's name again?
Legolas.
Bard.
Bard. They refer to Bard's ancestor as the one who failed, which would imply 2 to 3 generations.
Right. That it's more than even me.
That's more than a couple You don't use the term ancestor for a grandfather.
Or a great grandfather.
Douse that cat. Bad cat.
That's right.
Squirt, 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 squirt.
Right. I love it though. All the engineering. And all the, yeah.
I love how all the fuel is still good in the kiln.
Yeah.
And then the furnaces. Just ready to go. It's natural gas. We'll say it's natural gas.
Probably is, since whenever it goes to blue when they're
Who's been maintaining those sluice gates or those water wheels?
or those
I'm
ropes.
just saying, for an abandoned city, it's in incredibly good shape.
I mean,
Hey, it's dwarven.
Dwarves build to last.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it's not like he's been hanging out over there, so.
That gold is 100% CGI.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they did not.
I think just about everything here is CGI right about now.
Except for Smaug.
Like, it looks mostly good, but you're like, oh, yeah, that a bit much.
Blue?
I was gonna say, I thought there were dwarves in those.
I'm sorry, what was the point of all this?
It's coming up. They have a plan.
Yeah.
They have a cutting plan.
And poor Bilbo.
It's not a good plan, but it's a plan.
Right.
I feel like they should have made a plan before they got to the mountain of what they were around. But who am I? I'm just
Though to be fair, they were just trying to get the.
Am I the silly goose who think that gold doesn't run like a river?
No, not that fast. But
and
when you're rolling nothing but 18s, 19s, and 20s.
Like
I'm worried.
I feel like they would be going through along the river, and then it would just start hardening, and they'd stop moving.
Yeah.
But what is that wheelbarrow made of that he's riding it on a river of molten gold?
Probably stone.
Skyfall metal.
And he's touching the sides. Wouldn't that still be so incredibly hot?
Yeah.
Even if it's really hot. Yeah, I would imagine even if it's really hot, gold is like more viscous.
But here's the plan, Andrew. You're about to get to it.
The thing that they just happened to be building when the
yes.
when the dragon came. The fact that they were building this is why the dragon came. Like this is the punishment. That was a punishment for their hubris.
I mean, it involves a lot of gold, so it could be.
And putting it and using the gold up to make that, so that no one can ever have it.
There's a cricket in my house, and I want it to die.
Yeah, we could hear it while you were gone.
That's actually why I muted yours, because I was like, wait, whose is that? And it was yours.
I've been looking for it for 2 days. I found one today, and I got it out of the house, and it wasn't the right cricket.
But
There was a cricket in ours. I could hear it, and I haven't ever had that be a problem, and I couldn't find it. But I was working and Nimue was crunching on something. It was it. So
I was gonna say, if you
My
have a
cat's
cat,
way too lazy to hunt crickets for me.
Oh, okay.
Jiminy.
But whenever we'd have a mouse in the house, it used to be the cats, but now it's Mr. Buttons, the Shiba, who goes on the hunt.
Yeah.
He will eat them, though. He swallowed one whole alive once.
Yeah. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is the bulk cricket.
Bulk the
I like it.
Swoosh him.
It's built different.
You can't smush bulk. Bulk will smush you.
That's right.
Maybe that's what the cricket noise is. It's black. It's black speak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just trying to communicate, but
Us mere humans can't understand.
It just says yells in Dwarvish. Rolled a nat 1 on your deck save, buddy.
I mean, I feel like it was a pretty good plan, but unfortunately, this gold, as we've discussed, maintained much more of a liquid form than it probably should, and I think that's the problem. I like that Smaug's just like, oh, this is actually pretty nice. Like, is this for me?
Yeah, he's
Like,
like,
you can have.
Me like it.
And Smaug get
He's
gold
like,
sickness.
he's like about to drool at the
Yeah.
shiny.
Hey, baby, where you been?
Can you imagine the person who's going to have to clean all this crap up?
That I always say that. I'm always like, they want to live here again. They're acting like they have no desire to stay in this mountain.
100 years from now, they're going to have a completely different story on why the floors are paved with gold.
True.
Oh, poor dragon. That must be how he dies.
Smaug did nothing wrong. That looks really cool.
I was
though.
going to say, as a visual, jumping up out of the gold, glittering, it's just flying off of him.
Hearing and seeing Benedict Cumberbatch act this scene specifically gets me. He's just screaming and just writhing around, and it's
So does this make him a
put-
good dragon now that he's a metallic and not a chromatic?
He's not a good dragon.
That's what they were trying to do. Turn him into a gold dragon.
Go. So now he has to go collect books instead of gold.
Love it.
I hate the way they end this movie. It makes me so mad every time.
This is
I love how they took no damage from being dipped in gold.
Yeah.
I shouted in the movie theater when this ended.
I mean, because it's called The Desolation of Smaug, and you see him for such a short amount of time.
Yeah. It should end with him destroying everything.
Is that the end of the movie?
Wait a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just sort of ends.
Imagine seeing it in theaters and crying like a baby, but you're 20. It was horrible. I was so mad.
That is a good last line, though.
I will find you, and I will put you outside.
I feel like I didn't hear it before, and now I do. It's really loud.
It is unlucky to kill a cricket. So, careful.
Instant.
Is that way we're like, huh? Is he coming back? Yeah.
Being very vocal.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. So we'll finally see him desolate Vale
Yes.
next time.
Next week.
Next week.
Next Friday.
Next Friday, September 22nd, which is the official birthday of Bilbo and
Yep.
Frodo. We
If
will.
you haven't entered or want another chance to enter for audiobook and ebook for Eons, please put Flooful in the comments.
How do you spell that?
FLOOFLE.
Yeah.
I'm so upset by this right now.
Why? I know how to spell flooful for years.
I'm never gonna get over this. I'm ever.
Yes.
I've never heard. Like,
You've never heard flooful?
That's not even like a
You just must not have that great of a vocabulary, Patricia.
guess.
Sorry.
Well, okay, all right. If there's a house here and there's another house
There
here,
we go.
diagonally across from each other, what is that? What's another word for that?
Catty corner.
Catty
Neighbor.
corner.
Kitty corner.
Kitty corner.
Kitty corner.
Catty cornered.
Catty corner.
I feel like I've always said both.
I do feel like I've heard both.
I say kitty corner, but it's kitty catty. If something's diagonally from something, something's kitty catty.
I feel like it depends on
I've
the
never
context.
heard kitty catty.
I've only ever.
I've
said
never heard
catty
kitty
corner.
catty.
Yeah, I've only ever heard catty corner until I met him, and then he said it's kitty corner. Like he
Meredith,
laughed.
are you from the Midwest?
I was like
Ohio.
for 7 years in Ohio, so yeah,
Ohio.
yeah,
I can see why you left.
yeah.
Ohio is for loving. I've said kitty corner and catty corner. So
I say catty corner.
But what do you call the little
Bluefool
wax
to
thing?
me, supreme.
So
Say what?
Absolutely not.
Crayola,
What do you call them?
A crayon.
A crown.
crown,
A crown.
a crown,
A crown.
See? I call them
Crayon.
It's a crown.
It's a crown.
It's not a
Absolutely.
crown.
See, I'm not alone.
Crayon.
It's a
Hey,
crown.
I have a question. Nico and I fight about this. The word it's an animal. RACCOON. What kind of animal? is it?
Raccoon.
Raccoon.
No!
Because they
I say raccoon. And he makes fun of me for saying raccoon.
I used to say it that way as like a joke, and then I realized that she actually said it that way, and I'm like, wait, are you serious? And
It's
it was
raccoon.
a whole thing.
What is it? Is it raccoon?
Because yeah, it's,
Raccoon.
So I guess
No!
On the raccoon.
And
Yeah.
the wax things I call crayons, like cranberry.
Yes.
yeah, I usually say crayon.
I mean, half of my
crayon would be
state
more
says
correct, but I usually
wash.
say crayon.
The other
Washed.
half of my state puts an R in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oklahoma
my
does
mother does that. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or like
Oklahoma says Washington as Washington.
Washington. There's Washington and radiator instead of radiator. It's a radiator.
I only recently heard radiator.
Yeah, I'd never heard that.
Well,
Radiator.
her family's from Baltimore, and they say things
You
like
don't
water,
radiate.
And
heat,
old.
you radiate.
And
water and old.
Yeah, get your all
Okay, Catherine says, so what's the nut?
cashew.
Cashew.
It's a cashew.
Yeah, cashew.
The
I,
big
I don't think I've
what
heard
do you
somebody
call
say
a
cashew.
pecan pie. Is
Cashew.
a pecan pie made with pecans?
Yes.
Well, I think some people say cash instead of cash. They say cash.
Okay.
I've heard that. People say it really weird.
Andrew, that is so true. I will say I want a pecan pie made with pecans,
Yeah.
or a pecan pie made with pecans.
It depends on what you're using. If you're saying just like if you're getting like a bag of pecans, it's pecans. But if it's a pie, it's a pecan pie.
Open up
Absolutely.
the
Yep.
Winder. Winder.
Yeah, it's worse sometimes. Exactly.
Winder.
Winder.
Yep.
Winder for what?
Hey,
So-
What
You
she
need to
makes
hire
fun of me
Tom
on
Caddy.
though, is what I call the thing that you have to pay for at the grocery store to put things in.
At least you have to pay
A
for
bag?
I say bag.
Do you say?
Bag.
I was
say
going to
big?
say people
Big.
say that in Iowa. They say big.
Yeah.
Big.
That's because Washington, Eastern Washington has a lot of comes from a lot of Midwesterners.
Yeah.
So like Minnesota and Wisconsin moved out to Washington after that.
Okay, well, the other thing that's really Midwestern is what do you call the dinner or the dinner? Shoot, I just gave the meal that you eat in the evening.
Yeah.
Dinner?
Dinner.
Dinner.
Yeah.
I don't like when people call lunch dinner.
Yeah,
It just-
there's a Midwest thing where
There's
lunch
only one
Supper.
meal. There's
dinner.
only one meal that is dinner in the middle of the day, and that's Sunday.
Sunday dinner. Yes.
There
Te-
is dinner.
Technically, dinner and supper are not the same thing.
Right.
Yes, they are. I will die on this
No,
hill.
dinner, by definition, was the meal where you got the whole family together
Right.
and you dined together. That was dinner, and that can be at any time of the day,
But not a
as
breakfast.
long as it was the family meal. That was dinner.
Do I get dinner
Supper-
at 9 a.m.? Absolutely not. I
You
mean,
can.
I would, but
You
like,
shouldn't, but you
Yeah.
can.
You should have pancakes.
Supper was a lighter
well,
meal.
my husband's my whole family. We're eating dinner at 9 a.m.
Yeah. Okay, and Alicia says buggy or cart. Like a
Cart.
shopping.
Cart.
Cart.
Yeah, the shop.
I've heard that
I
people
don't know
call it
anybody
buggy,
who
but
says
I've never
buggy.
actually heard somebody say that.
The only
I've
time
heard
I
about it
know
being
of
a
a
thing.
buggy is a dune buggy.
Yeah, like a dune buggy. I agree with
Alethea, what about second breakfast?
Second breakfast is very important.
And 11sies?
11sies.
Yeah. It's all
But-
messy.
Gosh, it's crazy how different things are said. I mean,
My
in the grand scheme of
my
things.
wife's nanny, we went up to Chicago, and she said we finally got there after we got off the mega bus, and she said, "All right, hop in my car."
Ha. She from Boston?
Oh, Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Chicago.
I'm Chicago.
Hop in the car, and I was like, "What?"
That's so crazy.
I love
Like,
it.
I got my family's from the East Coast, and nobody in Baltimore speaks properly at all. So
Nowhere.
I mean,
We
that's
all
not true.
have different things. I love it. I love the variety.
I mean, that's mostly true, but in certain parts of, I have family in Maryland, and I think it's like Hamilton or Hammond County, but that's where all the rich people are. So
I'm adding a meme to the in our I say in our chat. I put a link to a highlight of the Benedict Cumberbatch Smaug, the better version of Icy Fire, and a meme about how people in Baltimore talk.
don't judge my kinfolk.
Where,
But yeah.
See, I don't know that links come through, do they?
Oh no, on
It's in Discord.
Yeah,
Oh, on Discord. Gotcha.
I can't link here.
Yeah.
Where I would.
I don't know why. Maybe it's I do free StreamYard at this point, so. Maybe
Well,
that's
YouTube
why
usually
you
will
couldn't do the
block them.
background actually. When you were trying to do a different background behind you, could be because this is
It
the
could
free
be.
version. So
Makes
when
sense.
when I start making money, then
I use the free version too.
Yeah.
It works well enough for me.
I love it. It works well. It's
Why pay for it if it does the job without?
exactly. So
the only reason to pay for premium StreamYard is you can get 10 people on a stream, and it will catalog and save your streams if you want to download and edit them to re-upload.
Oh,
It will download the raw, or it will save the raw footage. They've also got something called local recording. So, like, say I'm having a clear conversation and I can hear you, but your video is bugging out. I can download your local recording, which will then remove the lag for a smoother download. Supposedly.
yeah. Well,
I haven't done any really big panels.
She does lots of groups. I can understand why you would pay to be able to fit more panelists on there.
Yeah.
The last time I did a big one was for my 3,000 sub, and I have regrets.
Yeah.
You see how long Mike went on his?
He did 8 hours, but that was for 100,000 subscribers. You know when I'll hit 100,000 subscribers? Never.
Yes, you will.
You know, they literally banned and recalled that one chip challenge because somebody died.
Yeah.
Did they?
It was some kid, and kids aren't supposed to do it. But he's like 15, but some kid did it and then died later that day. So they've recalled it and are offering refunds for anyone who bought them.
Remember that
Right,
one
right.
time you ate the gummy bear, Andrew? Because I remember that one time you ate that gummy bear.
Oh, I ended that stream very quickly.
Yep. Andrew, when you hit 100,000, let's do a 24-hour live.
There you go.
I'll do it, but you know why I'll agree to that? It's because it won't happen.
All right. Heard it here.
We're gonna make it happen.
Bet.
Bet.
I will
Oh, I
make
bet.
every person I've ever met in my life subscribe to your channel.
You just gained
fine.
5 people, Andrew.
Nice.
Wait, does Wendy have a YouTube? Because if she doesn't, then I'm down to 4.
Not yet.
Never
That
happened.
girl, man, she's been making clay things. I'm
Yeah.
like, my goodness, you could have your own channel. Not yet.
Oh,
She's got to wait.
well, I'll subscribe whenever she does. You just tell me when.
Okay.
Oh, we just finished the credits.
Well,
So
on that,
technically, the
I
movie
should
was
probably
still going.
sign
Let people
off,
leave.
and we'll see you next Friday. Yes, next Friday, same time, same channel, with the third and final movie. We'll be watching the extended, and I think
We'll all be watching
Yes.
extended.
You will be watching me
Yes,
extended.
we'll all be watching the same version for once.
Yay.
perfect, excellent, good, because I've never seen the extended. So I'm
Yeah, we
excited
agree.
to-
And
yeah.
Tori will be back.
Yes,
Yes,
you will.
and Tori will be back. Yes. Okay, excellent. Thank you, everybody,
All
for
right.
joining us.
Have a great night.
Have a good night.
Bye.